Welcome back to Access, Carolina. When it comes to advice for hitting our goals in the new year, we turn to the author of I'll Start Again Tomorrow and Other Lies I've Told Myself. We caught up with Sonia Jhas to talk about starting and keeping our New Year's goals. All right, well, you say in order to stick with our resolutions, we need to connect with our why and set our intentions. Talk about that.
Well, I think so often we just dive headfirst into these goals, passionate about accomplishing them. We're in it to win it, but we don't really stay connected to the why of it all. And the why really comes down to why do we want to achieve what we want to achieve, and how is it going to make us feel? When we can stay connected to that feeling that we want to accomplish, that's where we really tap into long lasting motivation and commitment and that ability to override those obstacles as they come your way. You know what I mean? It's like
Absolutely.
connect to what is true for you.
All right, so we've got to stay motivated, and you recommend we all start small. You say that makes us, much less likely to fail starting small.
Absolutely. When we kick off the new year, so often we tend to be like, I'm in it for 90 minutes of cardio every day because that's how hardcore I am. When really it's like, okay, maybe for the first week, we want to just set our timers for 10 minutes and just give ourselves the opportunity for a brisk walk to get into the habit of movement. If we can
Hmm.
start small, really make it so dummy proof, we can really set ourselves up for this long-term momentum that we're looking for. So again, I
Yep.
know that it can be exciting to dive in. Let's pace ourselves.
The lofty goals shouldn't be that lofty. And then you also recommend we track our progress. We really want to keep track of how we're doing. What do you recommend to do that?
Absolutely. I think, so often when it comes to our children, we're like giving out gold stars, tracking their progress, showing that they're doing well. But when it comes to us adults, we're just like, whatever, it's fine. I think I'm doing okay. But when you can visually see your progress, I
Hmm.
think that's where we move away from excuses and we move away from how do we think we're doing to how are we actually doing? And that can give us the opportunity to course correct sooner than later, or we can celebrate our wins, which we'll talk about next.
Yeah, you encourage people, celebrate those wins along the way because this creates momentum. You celebrate, maybe you've got momentum for more victories down the road, right?
That's exactly it. Momentum breeds momentum, right? It's in the doing and the feeling good about what we're doing that we get that passion, that fire stoked again. So if you're not going to celebrate yourself, who is going to, right? Take this opportunity to track your progress and then really acknowledge yourself along the way. That can be a monetary win. That can be, a piece of apparel. It can be anything you want it to be, or just a simple pat on the back,
Okay.
whatever feels good to you.
All right, so I like this license to celebrate. And finally, you say we also really have to allow ourselves some flexibility, remembering that we are not robots.
We are not robots. And I think so often when we dive in to the new year, we are expecting perfection. We're coveting perfection. If we can remind ourselves that we're really trying to do this differently, that we're looking at the whole picture for an entire year, this isn't going to be a quick sprint. I think we can set ourselves up for a little bit more flow, a little bit more flexibility, really giving ourselves what we need as those ebbs and flows happen, as opposed to overriding and then
Hmm.
leading to burnout. We're not
Excellent,
robots.
excellent motivation. Great things to think about. Sonia, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Sonia Jhas is a TEDx speaker, a wellness coach, and her book is available on Amazon.